Hello dears. Today I have a project that I hope would be easy and light to create, because I thought I want to do something that it is not complicated, not doesn't take a long time to create, and is light if you are in a hurry or in a pain or just doesn't have the energy to do crafting the long way. So I picked some playing cards that I am not going to use. I have masses of these, and I thought, well, this is a fine idea to use these as a base for a tiny little maybe tag or a journal or whatever you want to do. And I thought I would show you a few different kind of ideas how to use them, and then you can pick your choice. It might take a little longer from me now to create, but I estimate it maybe takes 10 minutes to create one page maximum. So if you are like I am at the moment, to be honest, in a huge pain, it's my back at the moment and I can't sit for a long time, it's an agony. I thought that this project is absolutely brilliant to show. First, I'm using soft matte gel to make it look more vintage, because this is not what I actually want it to look like. Okay, so I'm picking something from these. Maybe I'll use this one. Okay, so you could do, unlike me now, because I want to show you the whole process, you can, for example, create one card, and then you can, oops, it's kind of not in a very straight line there. Okay, and I'm not going to cut it, I just rip the edges to make it look a bit more vintage, maybe. Okay, so you can in a one day you can first create one or two cards, and then when you have the time, I really need to cut it. When you have when it's possible for you, you can start decorating them. And because this is a tiny little project, it won't take a long time for you. For this one, I am using also this soft matte gel to seal the vintage paper. And now I'm going to heat it, because this way, when I am going to use some paints over it, it won't leak into the playing card itself through the vintage page. Okay, so this is the base, but of course now I want to do the other side too, but it's a bit sticky because it's so hot at the moment, so I am going to do another one. It's always maybe a bit quicker to do a couple of couple of bases at the same time, because meanwhile the other one is drying or cooling. You can do the other one. So for these you could I thought for example swatches, color swatches would be perfect, just to make a hole in there and attach them with a ring maybe, and then you could add your favorite paint or waxes or whatever and write down which colors they are, or you could write your favorite quotes or a lot of things you could do with these. One of my favorite ideas I am going to use these for is to use them as some kind of a botanical Scrapbook or whatever you call it. It's kasvisto in Finnish. The one you herbarium, I think. Okay, so as you can see, it doesn't take a long time to create the bases from both sides. If you have cards like I do that you don't necessarily want to. Did I even? Yes, I did. Accidentally put them right side up. Let's put, I think this is too light for the page, so maybe I add this one. Okay. So if you have some kind of scrapbook paper or anything you that has a beautiful backside, you don't need to do the to both sides, but when you have kids and lots of playing cards that don't have all the cards left, you have material for eternity, I think. Okay, I'll do one more so that I have enough to show you 3 different kind of ideas. You could use, for example, those beautiful Finnair alphabetical playing cards if you happen to have them. I do, but because I have maybe 100 of these, I thought this would be ideal material for me now. Okay, I'll put this in there, and then we can really start. But as you can see, it's not very complicated. And also, of course you can use just normal glue to glue the papers, but I find soft gel brilliant for it because seals, the vintage paper I'm so fond of using, and also it makes the whole paper stick and attach to the base without it starting to bubble up, or how to say it in English. Okay, and here. Okay, so now I have 3 different kind of pages, and I have been a bit careless with my painting, and I think I am going to use this side, and well, let's see. Maybe I'll use if you have scraps, this would be perfect project for you to use them like this to create a collage from all the funny little scraps you have. I know you do, we all have. I think, unless you are a very different kind of a crafting person I have ever heard of. But when you do this at one point and then you rest, or if you have if you are in a hurry and well, how sorry, it's just that sometimes when you are in pain, it's kind of hard to concentrate talking, but I try to explain what I mean. Often when I have a desire to create something, but I am not sure what to do, I prepare art journal pages like this to be ready. And this is one of those projects, maybe if you have 10 minutes with a cup of coffee and you want to do something, your hands are itching for some kind of a crafting project. It's quite nice to use it in a way that when you have, for example, half an hour or 10 more, you can start right from the fun part when you have done the pouring background work already, if you know what I mean. So now I have these almost ready from both sides. To do whatever I want to do with them. This needs different kind of paper because it has more yellow background already. I can't use the same, or I can, but okay. Now they are ready. Okay, it took me 15 minutes, but I'm always slower when I talk while I've craft, so. Okay. Now here is mine. Now I'm going to do like this and not to think too much about it. I think it might also need to think which sides are up. Of course you can do them one by one, but this way I can be certain they are in the same place, those holes in there. Okay, you could put a hole in the middle. You could do 2 holes, but I just thought it would be fun to do it this way. And let's see if it works. I put these hole strengtheners or how to call them, because I'm not sure if I'm going to use this metal ring or not. If I use it, it's quite good to strengthen the holes, because the metal will slowly kind of eat the edges. Okay, and now I am going to put my papers aside so I can find this one. Now, just a little of white heavy gesso on top. Where's my background page? Here. Sorry, I seem to be a lot more clumsy today than normally, if that's possible even. But okay, and now when I've done this part, it kind of is really ready for absolutely everything or anything, because now the base is sealed, the collage is ready, and there is also a tiny amount of gesso to make it blend maybe together just a bit better. I could have added these if I had thought about it. And I'm not going to maybe do anything now about these, because I am going to put them another way around. But here you can see they are just waiting for attention. And now the same with these. And as I said, you could skip decorating the background if they are really neat, and you know, for example, that it has one hole in there and it's kind of going to be lifted like this. One side is enough. I wanted to show you, you can do both sides. Okay, and because I am this vintage person, I am going to use, of course, forever and always, Imposter Paints, Peach Black and Dark Chocolate. This is the part you can skip if you are not as vintage orientated as I am. But I am going to just add a bit of water in there and go around the edges like I always do, using damp baby wipe to blend them into my collage. And suddenly they look like this is how they are meant to be. Okay, and because I am so true person and I don't want nor need perfection, but I want all the pages for my tiny little, could I call it journal or project, it needs to look the same. So when I have the same mix of paints, I do the other sides, of course. Okay, here we are. And if you have papers that you are going to use only the other side, you would have, in 20 minutes, you would have 6 pages for your collage. But I do have 3. And now I'll show you what I have in mind. For example, you could use vintage papers alongside with some pressed flowers. This is some kind of a leftover one. More than this. Let's see. Maybe I use these. These are really flat ones. And then I have this tissue paper, just, you know, normal tissue paper. Okay, I'll show you. I think this one is brilliant for it. You could press flowers now that it's going to be summertime, and make a tiny little herbarium or example, like this. I am now thinking that because these are going to be tied together with it like this, and they're absolutely going to be moving all the time, so I need to protect these flowers as well as I can. I'll use this. So, soft matte gel and tissue paper in here, just to make it look more interesting. It's not necessarily any kind of necessity. Okay. This makes the base look a bit more there are more layers when I have added this tissue paper, and maybe just a hint of gesso too, because this way if I don't add anything else for the page, just those dried flowers, and maybe if I want a label for them, there is still enough interest because there is this tissue paper going on. I'll show you. As you can see, the base is not flat anymore. It has something going on in there. Now I'm adding soft matte gel like this. Then I add my pressed lavender in there, and another one. Oops, another one. And easier said than done. I'll add a hint of, as you can see, lavender is not the easiest. Hint of soft matte gel on top, and I could leave it like this, but I want to secure it now with this tissue paper. There are some patterns on the edges, and that's why I am trying to find it's a bit too okay. This one on top. I'll press it gently because there is already soft matte gel in there. I press it down. And now I am adding clear gesso on top. And I'll explain you why. Soft matte gel is my favorite medium for all times, but it's just a bit sticky if you leave it as it is, and so it might stick to the next page if there is only soft matte gel on top. So if I put a soft matte gel in here, it might stick to the next page. But because there is this lovely sticky soft gel behind this tissue, it will hold fast. And I am sealing now the tissue paper with clear gesso that will be completely see-through when it's dry. And this way I know my lavenders are protected, but the page won't stick. Okay, can you see it? They are just a hint lighter because there is this tissue paper on top, but you can see they are lavenders, and they are pretty lavenders. And also, if you are like me, you can do this. And because I added tissue paper, it kind of made the edges look maybe too light for my taste. So and here it is. Imagine a whole bunch of these with the pressed flowers you have from this summer, and then you can write a label in here saying lavender. It would be really nice. Also, you could add a quote or something uplifting in there, but it's ready. This is a one idea. You can use your altered playing cards with, or you could add, if you want another kind of, this is Burly Everlasting, you could add it there too, but I'm not going to do it now because I want 3 different kind of projects. Okay, so here I have a stack of all kinds of leftover papers from my vintage projects, and I thought I will show you maybe, you know, there are, this is just one stack of these. I think I could maybe these are prints. I could use this one, or sorry, I should have thought it a little more. Now I am trying to find if I have anything else in here I could use. Sorry, just a moment. Oh, yes. Now I'll take this one. It's summer, so I have here some texts. Kind of kindness, it says. So now I can show you. See, it's pretty. I'm going to glue it in place. It's so pretty in there. I have a whole journal bit in there going on. And because it kind of stands out like this, I'll add paint in there in just a moment. Okay, so now I have here a tiny little print having Emily Dickinson quote in there: "To be alive is power." I love this. 7 in there, so I'll put this in here and maybe in there. Okay, and clear just so on top. Put it just a bit too much. Okay. This could be ready like that, but I am going to do something more. Okay. Now this Scent of Kindness is very much part of the page with a simple addition of paint, and this could be ready too, but it's a really monochromatic black, white, brown colored one at the moment. And because it's summer, I think I could add maybe this one. Let's see. This would be a perfect way also to use those gorgeous Finneber transfer stickers. They would suit absolutely perfectly in there. Let's see, it might not work, but then which one will? These are my own, just, you know, transparent stickers from my stash, but I want this one. Just don't make it too complicated. No, it won't work. It's too large. But I could. Well, let's see. I'm adding this one in there, and it just needs to. Okay. So a really simple one. Really simple one. It's not rocket science, is it? Okay, I'll put this aside because the third one is, of course, ta-da, with laces. I am going to show you just a way to do. Maybe okay, these all three are really simple ones, as you saw. Just add prints and some glue, and then that's that. But sometimes when you want a bit different, I'm going to hide the number 7 I just told you I loved so much. Okay, and this is now going to be, because if I collect these and make a kind of a, you know, a journal, a summer journal, just like this, and different days, different kind of pretty items, I want there to be something that's going to stick from the sides. And for example, in here I could add, but it's not, I should have added it underneath. I don't have any lace that's, oh, that has a pretty edge, like this. Okay, so if I add it in here, I have something going on the edge too, and suddenly it has this lovely different kind of look. And if you want, you could add your leftover bits and pieces. For example, let's pretend I have some leftovers in here, but here I have something I can show it to you. Okay, this is really a leftover one. And so is, sorry, I'm working behind the scenes sort of, because I have a lot of laces in there. Okay, so I can put these in there, and sorry, just and now you have a page in your journal. This could be just as it is, or I could, if I want to, add this one in here if needed, or then I'll glue it in here already, waiting for something in there. And now I have this one in here. And sorry, I just did it again. I started to make a simple project so much more complicated than I planned. It's always the same. It's just always the same. I seem not to be able to make anything simple. Okay, like this. But now I have this. Okay, I can take it out. Okay, need edges. So let's. And here I had something in my mind with what I did have in mind. I had this in mind. Okay. Like this, and then I need a button. Sorry, it takes time because I try to find a white button, but I have used so many of them. I think I am going to use this. Do I have? So my point with this one is to show that with a different, same kind of background, you can do lots of different kind of collages on them. For example, collect your dried flowers, or use all kinds of leftover prints and bits and pieces, and use all kinds of lace leftover bits and pieces. For example, I could add here. Let's see if it works. Let's see. If I put, well, no, I'm not going to add it in there, but I could add text of fly wild and breathe in there. But it's in the wrong color, so I think that's enough. Something in there. No, not working. Come to think of it. It's not working. Sorry. I'll wrap things up really soon. Okay, in there. There it's it's just fine. And I'll see if I can put this one in there. If this one works. Because it needs something in there. I would like this stay wild, but it doesn't fit in there. So here they are, different kind of projects. For example, like this. And then you could, if you want, for example, to add I'll show you. You could add some kind of a tiny little, this one is perfect. If you are tired and want to do something, it doesn't need anything else. Put it in there. Just to, oops, or there. Put it in there. And add clear gesso on top. And show you that even without any kind of stickers or anything, you can just make a page. If you have this bottom in there or the base, and add some, and it's there, it doesn't need anything else. And for this I had this sticker that I already almost and here too some more. And if I want to add a final touch with the background stamp, it's there. The same actually works with this one, so now I am, after all, making all the all the 6 pages, it seems. Okay, and for this, what should I do with this? Something tiny, something easy, something and imagine that you do one of these at a time, so it won't take long. It takes a couple of minutes to do one, and you have the joy of creating something, and it's the main point. It doesn't always have to be artistically perfect or have huge meaning, just having fun. Okay, her heart was made of liquid sunsets. Virginia Woolf. And let's see. I think I'll put these together with a nice silk ribbon. And then I can add more and more each day. For example, I could add a date in there too, and it would be kind of a summer diary, for example, or a winter, of course, but it's June when I am making this, so of course it's summer that I have in mind at the moment. Okay. And then I'll put another one. This is a silk ribbon that I have. Botanically dyed once again from, it's just a bit too long, from the herbs and flowers from our own garden. So they are meaningful, all these colors, all these laces, everything has a meaning in there. Okay, here it is. A kind of a mini journal in this case, because there is not so many pages. I always do this. I always forget I need to make it. Of course, you already loved when you saw that I forgot to make it loose enough for to open the pages, but here we go again. So I'll show you once more. Soft matte gel, clear gesso, and impasto paints, and some also white gesso with just prints and leftover thingies, and it's pretty. Although these edges just intrude are somehow too stark contrast for my liking, so I'll make it blend a bit better. And this one too. Always the last touch is it's something you do only when you have a project almost finished. You can see, okay, this works better if there are, for example, white impasto paint splashes in there somewhere, because I have sealed the print with clear gesso. I can do this. I can wipe it off. Okay, so now it looks immediately different. I'll show you in a moment. And for this one too, this one will need a text later, but I'm not going to add it right now. And here. I'll make sure that the texts are not going to be hidden with the white paint, and then it's done. And once again, I thought this is a quick video and it's over an hour already, but I made 6 pages for you. Let's do this one time more. Here, with splashes. Then this. I think this is my favorite combination. And then this one. And then maybe here, the blue text, fly wild and breathe. It will be perfect in there. So, that was it. And I thank you so much for your patience and time for watching. And I hope to see you soon again. And I hope you maybe found it some inspirational ways to make this idea yours. We will have all kinds of, if you don't have leftover playing cards, you might have other leftover things, so it will be a lovely idea to do just a quick project every now and then, and use all those materials you don't want to waste but never somehow seem to have use for. So thank you for watching and have the most beautiful summertime. Bye bye.